Welcome to a video by the North Clackamas Schools Instructional Technology team titled iPad Basics, Turning on Restrictions and Guided Access. What will be featured in this video? How to turn on restrictions on your iPad, and how to turn on guided access. So why is this important? Well, these features will keep students focused on creativity and learning while keeping them free from distractions as they complete tasks on their iPads. So the first part I will be modeling to you is how to turn on restrictions. By going to Settings and clicking Restrictions, you will enter your passcode. This is how kids can't go in and mess around with the restrictions themselves. You'll set a passcode for the iPad and then you'll enter it. So now I'm into restrictions, and you can see here that anything highlighted in green is currently allowed on the iPad. So my iPad can currently access Safari, the camera, the iTunes Store, and can install apps, delete apps, and make in-app purchases. Once you turn on restrictions, you can turn any of these off. The ones that I see most commonly used in class that a lot of teachers will turn off is Safari at times, if they just want students to focus on an app and not end up in an internet browser, taking them to interesting places. You can turn off the iTunes Store, so they can't be purchasing music or any games or anything through the iTunes Store. You can also turn off music. We've had some interesting music things pop up at times on iPads. And then definitely you want to turn off installing apps and deleting apps and any in-app purchases. Quite often, if you're using a free app, that's how they make their money. They'll have a lot of in-app purchases that you can purchase, and you don't want kids navigating their way there. As far as other things that you can check out on your own time, allowed content as far as movies, TV shows, and books, privacy things such as location services and Bluetooth sharing, and then some different thing about adding friends and even doing screen recording here. So those are some different restrictions I would definitely consider, especially if you're working with younger children. I would definitely try to consider turning off Safari at times, as well as the iTunes Store and music, and then installing apps, deleting apps, and in-app purchases. So that is how to turn guided access underneath accessibility. And when you scroll down, you'll see guided access, and I currently have it off. So I click guided access, I turn that switch on, and as of right now, I have guided access. You access this by double-clicking your home button 3 times in a row, which I'll show you in a second, and that will activate guided access as long as the switch is turned on. You can set up an access passcode that only you will have as a teacher, because if you're trying to get out of guided access, it'll prompt you for a passcode, and you want to make sure that you have it. A lot of the times the passcodes in our schools are 4444, 4444, but you can think of your own passcode for your iPads in your classroom. If you're in a shared environment, I'd make sure that if you set a guided access passcode, you share it with your peers. And then time limits, this is simply, I'll show you how you can set time limits in guided access, but this is simply a tone that will play when the time is up. So let's go back to the home screen, and I'm going to open up an app. I'll open a Book Creator. And let's say that you're having the kids do a task in Book Creator, and you really just want to keep them within Book Creator. So here's Book Creator. Now I'm going to simply triple click the home screen. And here's your different options that are popping up. So the first option you are going to see here are your hardware options. And when you hit this menu, when the kids are in guided access, you can control whether or not they have access to the sleep and wake button, the volume button, the motion of the iPad, turning it, or access to the keyboard. So if you click them off, they do not have access. If you click them back on to green, the kids would have access to that within the guided access feature. The next set of options in guided access is the time limit. So if you have a station or a time-sensitive task, you can actually set the amount of time that you would like the student to be on the iPad. When the time is up, it will lock out all activity until the passcode is entered. So this is what it looks like when guided access is started. And when you want to exit guided access, you simply triple click the home button 3 times again, and then it will prompt you to enter the passcode you created, and then you can cancel out the rest of your guided access. Thank you for watching this video by the North Clackamas Schools Instructional Technology team. If you have any more questions, contact your digital literacy TOSAs, Amy, Carolyn, or Jake.